Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our podcast, Digital Forensic in Practice, Perspective from the Front Line. We are exploring on how digital forensic plays a critical role in our interconnected world, especially in our field, law enforcement, cybersecurity, auditing, and also academic. I'm Naila, and I'll be your host for today, and also the internal auditor for today. Join me today, Mr. Lukman, forensic investigator, with over a decade of field experience.
Hi Naila, welcome all.
All right. And next we have Miss Liana, an expert in cybersecurity and digital system.
Hi, glad to be here.
All right. And also we have Miss Nur Wahida, a professional auditor from focusing on fraud and compliance.
Hi, Naina. Thank you for inviting me.
And we also have Miss Nur Adawiya, our researcher who studies digital crime and governance and forensic readiness.
Hi, Naila. Thank you. Also, nice to meet everyone.
All right, let's begin with the basic. What are exactly the is digital forensic and what are the imaging issues? Maybe we can take a look on Mr. Lukman to explain further on the forensic investigator perspective.
Thank you, Naila. Digital forensics is the scientific field focused on identifying, preserving, analyzing, and presenting digital evidence in criminal, civil, or organizational investigations. It plays a vital role in uncovering evidence related to cyber crimes, fraud, and internal audit while supporting judicial and regulatory process. One of the major we face today is the complexity and large volume of data, the rise of cloud computing, mobile device, and Internet of Things or IoT technologies means that digital evidence is spread across various platforms and jurisdictions. This makes it harder to locate, collect, and analyze effectively. According to Martura Na and also Osarduin, traditional forensic methods often struggle to keep up with the scale of data and its complexity. Another issue is encryption and privacy protection. While encryption keeps data safe from unauthorized access, it also limits forensic investigators from reaching important evidence. Studies show that cases with encrypted data often experience delays or hit that ends when there are no legal mechanism or technical solutions to decrypt or work around these protections. Additionally, privacy regulations like PDPA force forensic investigations to adjust evidence collection to stay compliant, further complicating investigations. The field of digital forensic also faces a global shortage of skilled professionals. This creates a delays in investigations and makes it hard to maintain consistent forensic standards. Training and certification programs are still developing and can vary widely, affecting the quality and admissibility of digital evidence. Legal frameworks have not kept pace with past technological changes. This legal gap complicates jurisdictional authority and evidence admissibility, particularly when collecting data from cloud environments that cross multiple regions. Investigators must navigate this uncertain landscape carefully to ensure evidence is legally and technically sound. Lastly, successful digital forensic investigations depend on strong collaboration between cybersecurity experts, lawyers, and also auditors. This teamwork ensures that evidence is collected, preserved, and interpreted according to best practice, maintaining its integrity and usability in court or audits. To address these challenges, forensic practitioners are increasingly using techniques like artificial intelligence or AI to handle large data sets to improve investigate efficiency. However, these tools must be applied transparently and ethically to prevent bias or errors. In summary, Digital forensics is essential but face significant challenges related to data complexity, encryption barriers, workers shortage, and changing legal frameworks. Ongoing professional development, interdisciplinary teamwork, and flexible methods will be crucial for maintaining the effectiveness of digital forensic investigations.
Wow, that's a quite challenging issue that you face every day. So I have a
Okay, thank you.
question. What are some red flag that trigger in forensic investigation?
Sometimes it can be triggered by unusual login times or access from unknown locations,
Okay.
sudden privilege escalations, data transfer to external sources, multiple fail login attempts, and also disable login or clear log files and encryption files or ransomware notes.
I see. All right, that's a good
That's
sharing.
all from me.
Let's take a short break while we come back after this. All right, welcome back to our podcast today. Let's hear from perspective of analysts. In your perspective view, Miss Liana, what are the development of digital forensic nowadays?
Thank you, Naila. Due to the growing complexity of cyber threats and the quick development of technology, the area of digital forensics has made tremendous strides in recent years. There are some key developments such as integration of artificial intelligence, AI, emerging technologies, and also advanced forensic techniques. In terms of cybersecurity, the use of AI, particularly in digital forensics, has significantly altered the landscape. These days, we use AI to better and automate the gathering of evidence and to speed up and increase the accuracy of our data analysis. For example, AI assists us in identifying trends and abnormalities that may point to malicious behavior during a breach investigation, which could take a human analyst hours or even days to notice. Additionally, we use deep learning algorithms for malware analysis and intrusion detection systems. The ability of this algorithm to learn from large datasets and instantly adjust to emerging threats significantly improve our incident reports response capabilities. AI is also proving to be quite helpful in predictive modeling, which enables us to deploy proactive defenses and foresee dangers before they materialize. As per emerging technologies, blockchain and the Internet of Things or IoT are two new technologies that are having a significant impact on digital forensics, particularly when paired with edge computing. For instance, blockchain is being used to improve data integrity. That is very important in forensic investigations. We can trust blockchain records to confirm the legitimacy of digital evidence and make sure it hasn't been altered because they are unchangeable. It's particularly helpful in fields where trust and transparency are essential, including finance and smart cities. The problem is quite different on the front of edge computing and the Internet of Things. These technologies are decentralized and frequently produce data in real time across a large number of devices. From the perspective of forensics, this implies that we require more advanced techniques to gather, store, and examine data from these dispersed sources. We can act more quickly and identify dangers closer to their source if we can gather and interpret that data at the edge. Now, let's move to the advanced forensic techniques. Memory forensics is one of the most potent weapons available to us today when it comes to sophisticated forensic approaches. It enables us to get important data such as active processes, open network connections, and encryption keys straight from a system's random access memory. Furthermore, digital forensics now covers far more ground than just traditional systems. This day, there are specialized fields like cloud forensics, which deals with gathering and examining data from cloud service providers, where logs, access records, and virtual machines may all be involved. and network forensics, which monitors and analyzes network traffic to track intrusions. Another emerging field is mobile forensics, particularly given the amount of private and sensitive information that is being kept on cell phones. As analysts, we must be adaptable and have the appropriate tools and methods to deal with each case successfully because each of these environments, memory, network, cloud, and mobile, has its own set of difficulties.
Okay, thank you, Miss Liana. Looks like there are few key development that we can see from a cybersecurity analyst perspective. I am sure that there must be some challenges and that you may face in cybersecurity analyst, right? Maybe you can also share with us some suggestion and your hope as this career still becoming one of the popular option for our graduates nowadays.
For sure, Miss Naila. Everyone here, no matter what your role today, will face challenges whenever and wherever you are. As for me, as a cybersecurity analyst, today the sheer amount and complexity of data is one of the largest problems in digital forensics. Gathering and analyzing digital evidence is more difficult now than it was in the past due to sophisticated cyber attacks, cloud storage, and big data platforms. Terabytes of data across numerous platforms are now being examined, not just a few hard drives. We, therefore, want sophisticated tools and methods that can efficiently and precisely filter, analyze, and rank data, particularly in time sensitive investigations. A further significant obstacle is the ethical and legal aspect of the matter. As digital forensics develops, we must handle evidence with extreme caution, particularly in nations with stringent data privacy regulations. Critical issues include ensuring our reports are factual and admissible in court, adhering to procedural regulations, and upholding the chain of custody. Furthermore, we must always maintain our ethical compass. We shouldn't do anything just because we have access to particular data. Thus, the secret is striking a balance between the necessity for investigation and the obligations set forth by law and ethics. Not only is it important to catch bad actors, but it's also important to do it correctly. Collaboration and training are more crucial than ever to meet the increasing demands in digital forensics. By enhancing cooperation, platforms such as the National Repository of Digital Forensics Intelligence assist agencies in exchanging information and cutting back on backlog. Cyber range systems are also being used for practical training. These virtual settings are excellent for skill development because they allow teams to practice reacting to real world situations in a safe and regulated manner. We are heading towards flexible, data driven studies using adaptable frameworks. Additionally, proactive forensics, such as real time threat monitoring, allows us to stay ahead of the curve rather than merely responding to occurrences. It all comes down to being more organized and efficient in a digital environment that is always evolving. That is how I would like to see our awareness and efforts towards digital forensic issues being implemented nowadays.
All right, let's move to our auditor today. But before that, let's take a break. All right, let's move to our auditor today. Um, Miss Nur Wahida, do you have any perspective view from auditor?
All right, thank you, Naila. Okay, from an audit perspective, digital forensic is becoming an important things nowadays. Let me give you a real example. For example, imagine a case on fraud in procurements. So a traditional audit might be cannot trace any issues in the fraud, but a digital forensic review can trace exact logging logs, data alterations, and email trace, for example. This threatens both evidence and internal control recommendations. But actually, to understand the relevance on the digital forensic and do auditing and financial systems is essential to explore how these fields intersect each other. each other. Sorry. So integration of digital forensic in auditing might be by from enhancing the information systems audits on things. Let me see one by one. For example, by enhancing information system audit, the integration digital forensic into information systems is a crucial for it to ensure the data confidentiality, integrity, and availability in the financial sector. So this integration actually can help to address the gaps in tradition by in gathering the evidence techniques, thereby enhancing the reliability of audit evidence and mitigating risks related to internal control, weakness, fraud, and cyber threats. And then we go to the second one, as I said just now, the fraud detections. So the fraud detections, the competence of the auditors combined with the digital forensic can support significantly increase the detection in fraud. So this is particularly important to give the increasing use of digital equipment to conceal fraudulent activities. And then the forensic accounting actually includes digital forensics is vital for tracking corporate fraud. Forensic accountants, often seen as a SWAT teams of the financial world, provide investigative services that go beyond traditional auditing. So from this relationship, we also can see that it is important for auditors also to use the forensic software uh, to valid to validate automated verify the integrity of financial database. All this software is the outcome from the technological advancements and it is in relation to financial systems. So technological advancement and financial system can be related by these three factors: fintech and digital forensics. The emergence of financial technologies, fintech has introduced new avenues for financial transactions, which criminals exploit for fraud, extortions, and money laundering. And then the blockchain technology offers characteristics such as immutability, verifiability, and also authentication, which are beneficial for financial forensics.
Look at cybersecurity in financial networks. So this is as electronic financial transaction increase, so do cyber attacks and security incidents. So applying digital forensic technology is essential for responding to these incidents and to ensure the security of financial networks. So I give you an example. For example, in Malaysia, the Auditor General Office um, itself also has started their auditing works by integrating the forensic techniques also into the certain audits. So, however, of course, there is a limitations in their works. For example, the training gaps, the lack of forensic ready environments, and also the budget constraints. So this is a limitation for them to do the audit works in, also the forensic techniques. So in my opinion, the auditors itself, the profession as an auditor must evolve, not just with new tools, but also with new mindsets. Okay, back to you, Naila.
Right, thank you, Ms. Nowaida. I can conclude that become an auditor today, you also need to be creative and in advance to solving the problems. So, how does the digital forensic complement the traditional audit procedure, Ms. Wahida?
Yeah, of course, the auditor nowadays must more be creative than before. So, come back with your question just now. So the traditional audit, as we know, uh, very relies on the sampling and the document review. But digital forensics enable the full population analysis by scanning all logs, emails, and transactions, detection of concealed or deleted records, tracing digital footprints of users and systems, and verification of the authenticity and timestamp of financial entries, which this make is especially valuable in fraud audits, cybersecurity audits, and forensic audits. So as I told you before, actually the traditional audit and also the forensic audit is complement each other. Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you, Ms. Wahida. We will take another break, then we will continue the last podcast for today. Welcome back to our podcast today. All right, everyone, let's give a focus on our researcher. Can you share with us there are any past literature that discuss regarding this issue, and also maybe you can share any recommendation to solve this issue, Miss Ada?
Thank you, Naila. Okay, let's have a look at the four strategies that we can, in terms of building stronger forensic capabilities. Okay, first, we need to build this forensic capacity through the academic modules and the continuing professional development CPD courses. So this initiative is actually essential, for the developing a deep-rooted understanding of forensic practices and procedures. It's also offering this structured education and training that will help the professional to stay ahead in the evolving field, equipping them with the necessary tools and knowledge, to tackle these real world forensic challenges. So it's about the continuously improving expertise, both in the classroom as well as in the practice. So I think the second strategy that we can look into is in terms of the establishing this standard operating procedure (SOP), for the evidence collection in audit and also the compliance department. So this is actually provide this consistent framework for handling this evidence, also ensuring that that is collected, preserved, and also analyzed correctly. So this consistency is actually a safeguard, for the integrity on the evidence, ensuring that it can be stand up to the scrutiny of the legal, also the regulatory setting. So we must have this clear, documented procedure that's vital for maintaining the accuracy as well as the compliance. So I think the next strategy that we can also look into is the collaboration, the collaboration across the discipline within the audit, IT, legal, also the cybersecurity. So what we need to consider actually it's very important to have this collaboration across the multiple discipline. So because the complex forensic is actually often involve the overlapping technical, also the legal aspects. So making collaboration is key is something very important. So by working together, all these professionals can share their expertise, integrate their skill, also tackle the problems from the multiple angles. So I think the last point that I also want to share here is about this investment in terms of automation, especially in the open source tools for smaller organization. So I think this is to also enhance these forensic practices. So I think for the small organization, I often face this resources constraint. So I think by utilizing this cost-effective, open source tool, they also can playing a big role in terms of how they actually we can help the small organization, helping them in terms of them having this tool for the automation. So I think when we have all these automation streamlined workflows, it's actually reduce all this human error, and also allow the smaller firm to adapt to the latest forensic technologies, without breaking the whatever the limitation that they have. So yeah, I think that's basically the four important thing that we can also look into how actually this can help in terms of the policy implementation for the forensic auditing. Yeah, back to you, Naila.
All right, thank you, Mr. Adawiya. I have a question. How can organization foster the collaboration between the audit, legal, and also cybersecurity?
Yeah, so I mentioned just now, I think the cross-functional, in terms of the collaboration with all the parties is very important. So how actually this can be done is, of course, we need to have this respond to the cross-functional in terms of how that we can manage the fraud, also for the breaches incidents. So other than thing that we also can do is actually conducting this joint training, yeah, joint training and also the simulation exercise. This also can be done is either half yearly, we want to test whether whatever that we have currently is workable, yeah. So I think the next approach that we also can see in terms of the sharing these forensic tools and also the data access platform, yeah. So I think last but not least is also having this regular case review meeting between all the departments, so that we can have the status update in order for us how that we can actually combating all these issues in terms of forensic cybersecurity issues. Yeah.
I see. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Adalia.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for all your insights. We have heard multiple perspectives on the meaning and importance of digital forensic in global, local trends, and challenge in audit field, and also the powerful recommendation that supports by the literature. As the internal auditor, in internal audits in JLC company are traditionally focused in internal control, risk management, and also governance. Globally, audit function are involved through the adoption of digital tools and such as a forensic data analytic and also AI-driven risk detection. However, in Malaysia, GLC also face challenge in auditing limited investment in forensic tools, inadequate SOP, and also low awareness of digital forensic. But well, according to UPM, digital forensic helps auditor gather digital evidence that can be used in court. It is important for auditor to have the right skills and use the trusted forensic tools to make sure that the evidence are reliable and also legal valid in the court law. Other studies shows as well the adding digital forensic method in internal audits can be updated. However, this helps finds the like corruptions, tax fraud, and also make the audits are more transparent and also accountable. To our listener, whether you are an auditor, IT specialist, a student, or policymaker, we hope that this conversation inspire you to learn more and consider how digital forensic fits to your work life. If you are enjoyed this episode, please follow us more discussion on fraud prevention and also forensic innovation and digital governance. Until next time, thank you and stay safe.